So now, so they do think you're crazy. And quite frankly, I don't care because the client is happy. I'm happy. And
There is another layer of life, which is the truth, which is different from the appearance. So, keeping that in mind, I'm going to read this paragraph for you. Every man has the natural and inherent power to think what he wants to think, but it requires far more effort to do so than it does to think the thoughts which are suggested by appearance. To think according to appearance is easy. It's easy. You look at your bank account, you're not happy with that, you're getting affected. You look at your business, it's not going the way you want, you start thinking about negative thoughts. So it's easy to get affected by appearance. But to think truth, regardless of appearances, is laborious and requires the expenditure of more power than any other work man is called upon to perform. There is no labor from which most people shrink as they do from that of sustained and consecutive thought. It is the hardest work in the world. What is the hardest work in the world? To think different from your results. To think truth, regardless of appearance of things. This is especially true when truth is contrary to appearance. Every appearance in the visible world tends to produce a corresponding form in the mind which observes it. And this can only be prevented by holding the thought of the truth. Okay, let's talk about design your dream life. How do we actually design our dream life? So every day I went over a powerful concept has been taught by my mentor, Bob Proctor, his mentor, Earl Nightingale, and Napoleon Hill. And these concepts that I'm sharing with you, again, they go back many, many years ago, studying some of the most successful and millionaires and billionaires people of the world. But I want to kind of recap everything today to give you kind of a roadmap. The very first step, you need to know what you want. So write down, number one, my goal, my want, my desire, whatever you want to call it, my fantasy, my dream. If you want to feel more abundant, by the way, who doesn't want to feel more abundant? Who wants more abundance in their life? We all do want more abundance, right? Abundance is abundance of love, abundance of freedom, abundance of money, abundance of health, abundance of happiness. Go to the nature. Go to the beach and see and observe the abundance of sands. Look at the sky, observe the abundance of stars. There is abundance everywhere. We live in a world of abundance. There is more money on planet Earth that has ever been before. Is that true or false? There is more money. Governments have printed more money than a year ago, than 10 years ago, than 20 years ago. So there is abundance of money. The only reason it is not in your life is because of your subconscious programming. That's it. There's no lack. How much money can we have on this planet Earth? Unlimited. What is the step before taking an action and planning? Because what happens if you take actions with the same old belief system? So what is the next step? Reprogramming our subconscious mind, our paradigm. Our paradigm is the next. So the first is the goal, and then the next is the paradigm. So remember the secret genie? So the plans and the actions you're gonna take, where does action come from? Your actions, where do your actions come from? The body is an instrument of the mind. That's what Bob said. The body is an instrument of the mind. Your subconscious programming and belief system controls the kind of behavior, habits, and actions you take. So first, we use our conscious mind to create a goal and a dream and a desire. And then we have to go work on the subconscious limiting beliefs and paradigm and programming and the self-image. Self-image is in the subconscious mind too, that we have developed since our childhood. Also, not only childhood, like if you have faced failure in life, even later on in life, sometimes we face failure either in our professional life or personal life, or we lose money, or we go through divorce, and we internalize those feelings and create a false self-image for ourselves. So we need to reprogram that. We need to change that. How do we change the paradigm? Who remembers? How do we change the paradigm? So the paradigm, put it in the chat while I'm explaining how do we change the paradigm and subconscious programming. The paradigm comes from our DNA, from our ancestors, from our parents, and also from our upbringing. Anything and everything our parents said around us went deep into our subconscious mind. Now, how do we change that? Does it happen by watching YouTube videos? Does it happen by joining 1 week free live masterclass? Yes, repetition through constant spaced repetition of new ideas, new beliefs. So we want to understand, first of all, what are those limiting beliefs that are controlling us? And then we come up with a new belief. We want to replace it. And constantly through repetition, every day, with the help of a mentor, we replace those limiting beliefs. It is a constant work. I just read you from the book, Science of Getting Rich. It is the hardest work to do. If it was easy, everyone on the planet Earth would be millionaire and billionaire and successful now. Both writing, thinking, visualizing, saying affirmations. There are so many different things that, and these are the things that I teach my clients, different ways of implementing new ideas and creating your new self-image. I love that. Act as if. So that is the self-image, right? It is not fake it till you make it. It is you are acting as the another version of you who you already know exists within you, just hasn't come out yet. Yes, and when you hit your C-type goal, you're going to have another beautiful goal. And this is how we are supposed to live. Sometimes I come in contact with some people and they say, I have a pretty good life. I'm good. Bob said, you're either growing or disintegrating. There is no such thing as staying still. If you think you're staying still, you're actually going backwards. Your mindset going backwards, your attitude going backwards, and your results eventually go backwards. If you look at the nature, there is always grow. Plants always are growing, going up, growing the roots, growing the branches. There is no such thing as staying still in the nature, and we are part of the nature. So you either have a goal always for the rest of your life, you either have a goal that you're working towards that goal, or if you don't have a goal, don't fool yourself, say, I am good. I've done my fair share of my goals and I'm just gonna retire and just gonna watch TV. You're going down, you're disintegrating. And it comes with so many diseases, mental disease. If you don't have a goal, you're going to get depressed. That's for sure. I've seen people in my life close to me, unfortunately, living that way. And they think that's how life is supposed to be. I'm old and just going to watch TV for the rest of my life. So become the best version of you, and then you're going to enjoy your life and you're going to impact other people. usually, and this is what happens within your family, close family or friends. And everything I'm sharing with you guys, I have experienced it. That's why I'm so passionate about this, because I've lived everything that I'm sharing with you, and I'm still living these concepts. So the reason why people think you're crazy, and the reason why people might laugh at you if you go after your C-type goal, if you go after your dreams and fantasies, is because people don't like, that applies to all of us. People don't like you to change. We don't like other people to change because we don't know how to deal with this new version of them. It is uncomfortable. It is uncomfortable. They want you to be the same old that you've always been because they know how to deal with you. Now, if you become this successful person who's living their dream life and thriving, they don't know how to deal with this new personality. That's why they might think you're crazy and laugh at you because they want to hold you where they are. They want to hold you where they are. But we're not going to let that happen. We're going to go after our dreams, and then they're going to be inspired and they're going to do the same thing for themselves. Yes, please do. Let me unmute you, Patty. Okay, that's better.
I
Yes,
had the
yes.
microphone off. I want to share this story right now because it's happening in real time right now.
Okay.
I posted on Facebook. I usually use LinkedIn for my professional work, but I had a comment from a client the other day who finished her program with me, and she made this beautiful comment about what she really liked about my work was beyond my capabilities and my expertise, that I had a very global perspective. She's a South African woman living here in Dubai. It was a beautiful comment. So I posted it on Facebook, which I normally don't do. And a friend of mine for 50 years, while you've been having this conversation, has been writing me saying, "This is not the Patty that I've always known. These words seem so inauthentic. When did you become?" First of all, he put what, because this part of my company is called the Kennedy Edge, and he put what question mark to the slide I had put up. And I said, "Yeah, this is the work I do, don't you know?" And so while you've been talking about this, I've been slightly distracted. I've been listening, but I keep getting this bing, and there are messages from him now, sir, saying like I'm absolutely nuts. I'm not the woman he knew all those years ago. Of course I'm not. Why should I be? And it's just so it's absolutely to what you're talking about. So I just wrote him back and I said, I'm sorry that you feel that way. This is the work I do. These are not my words. I'm not saying this is what the client said. And I'm actually very proud of these words because I've worked very hard for a very long time to have this kind of recognition. And this is who I am, and this is where I am today. And so he then wrote back and said, "Well, I didn't mean to offend you and I didn't mean to hurt you. And I support you. And it's just not the Patty that I used to know." It is the
Hmm.
Patty that you've always known, but it's the polished version because it's 50 years later. So they do think you're crazy. And quite frankly, I don't care because the client is happy, I'm happy, and it's all a result of this work. So I just wanted to share that story now because it's apropos to what you're talking. And by the way, you look absolutely lovely this evening. It's evening for me. Okay, I'll shut up now and give it back to you. Thank you very much.
Thank
I just
you.
thought I had to say that.
Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you so, so much for sharing. Such a great timing. And thank you so much for your compliment. You look lovely. Um, and yeah, it reminds me of you guys probably have seen it online or on Instagram. There are two pictures of a pillar and talking to a butterfly. Yeah, butterfly. And then the butterfly says, "Oh," the caterpillar says, "Oh, you look different. You have changed." And the butterfly says, "Yes, we are supposed to. We are supposed to change." After 50 years, are you kidding me? We are supposed to change every 6 months, every month, every year. We are supposed to become better and better and better and better. And there is no end to that. So I would actually take it as a compliment. Your friend says you don't look the same, you have changed. Of course, I've been working on myself, and own it. Like, and I see you do. You be proud of yourself for sharing a beautiful testimonial from your client. That's amazing. Our human nature, we want to be part of the pack. We want to be part of the tribe. This is a survival mind. Again, it is not your soul. So there is a difference between what your soul wants and what your survival mind wants. Your survival mind wants to be part of the tribe. And therefore, if others are not happy with your growth, if you don't be careful, your survival mind going to keep you where you've always been. Because your mind is going to say, "Oop, that's scary. You're leaving the pack. There's danger out there. You're going to be on your own." That's why you have to keep coming back to your heart. Keep coming back to your heart. Make decisions from your heart, from your intuition. When I have calls with clients, strategy calls, sales calls, whatever you want to call it, what happens often is that the mind, the survival mind, doesn't want you to change. So they come up with all kind of excuses. I don't have the money. It's not the right time. I'm moving. Let me get back to you in 1 week. Let me get back to you in 1 month. I'm changing jobs. I'm doing this and then no shame in that. I just want you, and I just want you to become aware that it is your survival mind deciding for you. Don't let your survival mind decide for you. If you really want to change your life, you have to raise above your survival mind. Your soul wants your life to get better, wants you to improve, wants you to get to the next level, to live your fulfilled life. Your soul doesn't care about few $1,000s. Your life is worth more than any dollar amount. Yeah. And I have to say, like I had to let go of so many of my friends. I don't have any high school friends or school friends, or because we are not on the same path anymore. And that's okay. You can always find new friends that are in alignment with where you are. Okay, so let me continue. So first thing first, we come up with a C-type goal, our beautiful vision, fantasy, goal for our life. You know you are made for more. You know you are not playing your full potential. You know that. Come up with a beautiful C-type goal, write it on a piece of paper in the present tense. I am so happy and grateful now that. And really meditate on that goal for a couple of days. Then start recognizing your subconscious limiting beliefs. Some of those, if you spend time, you can find out on your own. Some other deeper ones, you might need a coach or a mentor. You can work with me, you can work with someone else. Do whatever you want to do, but you need to find out what are those subconscious programming and then replace that subconscious programming. Self-image. Self-image is part of your paradigm. It is in your subconscious mind. I'm going to share you a personal story of one of the small things I have changed in my self-image. When I was a kid, when I was 5, 6, maybe 4. I don't remember much of my childhood, by the way, which is strange. I don't know why. But I remember a few things, very, very few things. I remember I was a very happy girl and I loved parties and I loved dancing and I loved being engaged in a party. And I remember specifically my mom always shushed me and always said, "You're a kid. Like this is an adult thing. You shouldn't talk. You should sit quietly. Be quiet. Be polite. Don't say things. Don't share your opinion. Like you're a kid. Like you're a nobody. You're a kid, right?" You know how much that affects someone's self-worth, someone's self-love, someone's capability of being outspoken. This is a creation of myself. I literally reinvented myself. I have things to say. I have value to give. I have life experience to share with people. I am not going to sit quietly in a corner. And now I am a coach. I help people. I share with them. I teach them. And that is a self-image I created for myself. I could have just settled with being an employee sitting in a cubicle, being quiet and keeping the old self-image. But I created this new self-image for myself. And the self-image of my future that I am getting to is just so much bigger. And every day I love who I'm becoming. So that's the next step, your self-image. You have to identify what is the self-image, what is the identity of someone who has your goal already. How would they think? How would they behave? Where would they go? What would they eat? How many days a week would they work out? Who do they hang out with? What do they wear? How is their posture? How much value do they deliver to other people? How much love and care they have towards other people? That's another step towards designing your dream life. So I'm giving you like step by step designing your dream life. What is the next step? I talked about it yesterday and the day before. Now you have a C-type goal. You're creating this beautiful self-image. You're working on your paradigm and reprogramming subconscious limiting beliefs. What comes up? Fear. Yes. Love that visual. Fear and the terror barrier. And it happens. So what do we need to understand about fear? Write it down. You just need to know this happens to every single human being when they are going after their dreams. It is just part of the process. I am going to feel the fear and I'm still going to take the action that I know is in alignment with my goal. Like what? I'm afraid investing in Helia's coaching program, but if I know this is in alignment with my future self and it is going to help me overcome my limiting beliefs, I'm going to be afraid, but I'm still going to do it. How do we go through that terror barrier wall? You just do it. You have to. That's the only way. If you want to become more confident in life, do the scary thing. I'm not saying jump off the building, obviously. Do the scary thing that is in alignment with your goal. Just do it. I love Nike's message. Just do it. That's it. People sit forever on the fence thinking, what should I do? You know what to do. You know what to do, but it is hard and it's not convenient. So you keep ignoring it. And we do so many different things that are convenient. And also, what is the other side of how does fear might show up? It might not be like this scary thing. It might not really be a terror. It might also be, I think a lot of time this is how it shows up in my own personal life. It shows up as worry, as doubt, being worried about what ifs. What if I do that and I lose money? And you never lose money. Money is supposed to be in circulation. And I talk about money a lot in my events because I know this is something that holds a lot of people back. You need to circulate money. So a lot of times fear shows up as just having doubts. Get rid of your doubts. How do you get rid of your doubts? You just take the scary action. You just take the action that you're afraid of. And then the next step that I shared yesterday in designing your dream life. So remember all the steps that I've shared so far? Next step, I don't know how many steps I've shared, but the next step is using your higher mental faculties. Using your higher mental faculties, developing those 6 higher mental faculties. your intuition, which is so weak if you haven't been using it, your imagination, visualizing your goal and really feeling it. The key is in feeling. Your memory, using it for changing bad memories, negative memories to the positive memories, and also keep reminding yourself and remembering your wins, your successes, your little successes, really using your memory to your advantage. The will, how do we use the willpower? You use your willpower to keep the image of your goal on the screen of your mind all day long, regardless of your situation and circumstance and difficulty that you're facing. That's the willpower. What else? Perception, another higher mental faculty. You can always find good in whatever it is that you're going through. And I want to challenge you to do so. If you tell me you don't understand, I'm going through this horrible divorce, or I'm going through this horrible bankruptcy. Bob always said there is a law in this universe called law of polarity. This whole universe is based on different laws. Law of gravity, law of cause and effect, law of rhythm, law of vibration, law of attraction. Law of polarity. We live in this world based on these laws. Law of polarity says there is an opposite for everything. There's night and day, cold and hot. There's inside of the room, outside of the room. There's up, there's down. Tide goes out, comes back in. There's law of polarity everywhere. And he said, if there is a little bad, there is a little good. If there is a huge loss, there is a huge win. Have you not heard about people in history that lost millions of dollars and they created billions after? There are examples after examples in the history of humanity. They lost something huge and they gained something amazing. They went through a horrible divorce, a lot of trauma. They found their soulmates a few years after. There is always good in every situation. And I want you to challenge yourself. I'm not saying it is easy because we're not used to these things. We're not used to this way of thinking. Challenge yourself, whatever situation you're going through, what is the good that you can harvest? Accept the challenge and ask yourself, what is a good I can harvest in this situation? Thank you. That really means a lot to me. I'm glad that you, after many years of studying Bob, you think that I am presenting his material good. So that makes me really happy. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Means a lot. Thanks so much for your beautiful presence. And then another step. So when you learn your higher mental faculties, did I go through all of higher mental faculties? Reason. What is reason? Your ability to think. Your ability to think truth. Remember what I just read at the beginning of our session from the book? Think truth regardless of appearance. So know that if your business is not going the way you want, for example, the truth is there is abundance everywhere. There is abundance of people. There is abundance of clients. There is abundance of opportunities. There is abundance of money. We live in an abundant world. Everything is being created from a formless substance, intelligent, infinite intelligence. There is no end to the amount of money, prosperity, success that we can have on this planet Earth. There is no lack or limitation. And that's the truth. The lack and limitation that you're experiencing in any area of your life is what? Is just a reflection of who you were, what you thought, what was your vibration in the past. And now you're witnessing it. You don't like it, you can change it. One thing that just came to my mind, one thing that stops people and hurts people the most in this manifestation journey and really going after your dreams, one thing that stopped people, hurt people a lot and caused them to not manifest their dreams is what? Is that they become impatient. So right now, you might be, I hope you are motivated to go after your dream. You know, it is possible for you to have what you want. You know, there is a possibility for you to live a better life, right? And you get motivated. You either join the coaching program with me or you don't. You start working on your dream. You start working on your limiting beliefs. You start visualizing, thinking, writing things down. One day goes by, 1 week goes by, 1 month goes by. Your results don't change. And you start become impatient and you start bringing doubt into your mind. Remember the what I showed you, the visual that the seed that you've planted is growing, growing, growing. You don't see anything. You say, oh my God, this is not happening. This is not for me. What if, what if, what if? And the universe says, yeah, it's not happening. Your wish is my command. The only thing that is not up to me and you, we have so much power. You can reprogram your whole mind. You can change your life. You can change your industry. You can change your whatever it is that you want to change in your life. You can really reinvent yourself. The only thing that is not up to me and you, and it is out of our control and we cannot change, is the timing. Trust the divine timing of the universe. Don't doubt your dreams. Your dreams come when it is time to come. We don't know when it's time. We think we are ready now. But if the goal is not here, it means universe knows that we still need some work to do. You know, I'm going to share something. If you are, that's the case with so many people, by the way. Thanks for sharing. If you're living with someone, if you're living with your soulmate, your partner, whoever it is that are not on the same page, you have to honor your own individual journey. You have to honor that goal and desire that God has given to you. It is your responsibility to go after your dream and desire. God has given you a talent, photography. It is in your heart, it is in your soul. You have to go after it and do the thing that is right for you. You don't need to share it with your soulmate. You don't need to share all the details with your partner. Relationships are beautiful, they are powerful, but they also can be limiting if you let them. So we want to respect our partner, we want to respect our soulmate, but you are also an individual. You have a mission, you have a talent, you have a God-given talent, you have to go after it. Doesn't matter, they don't need to be on the same page. It doesn't matter. I sometimes I think like I need to be with someone. I want my partner to be really spiritual. But then I think, do they really have to be? No. As long as they are kind and they are good human beings, they don't need to necessarily be exactly on the same page that I am. And by you following your own individual path, they're going to come around. Imagine if you go after your dream and you are so happy about life every day and you are living your purpose, you are living your mission, you are excited about life, they're going to come around and they're going to ask you what's going on. You're going to become so magnetic. They're going to find out how to become happy and magnetic like you. Believe me, it's going to happen. We affect each other so much, especially in a relationship, in an intimate relationship. You can impact them. Don't make it your purpose to impact them. Be your best. Thanks for the hearts. Be your best. Do your best. They're going to come around. And just we have to remind ourselves, we are first individual beings. For me, I'm going to share with you my own mindset. You can use it, you cannot use it, up to you. The priorities in my life. Top priority my connection with God. I call it God, you can call it whatever you want to call it. Every day I write it on my journal. The first thing I journal every day, the first thing I write down is that my priority in life is my connection with God. Spirit, source, universe, your higher self. That's the number one priority. Then my own journey, my own growth. I want to live in alignment with my soul purpose. Every day, I want to live in alignment with my soul purpose. My soul has come to this world for what? Finding that purpose and living in alignment with that purpose. And then 3 is my relationships, intimate relationship or friendships or family friendship or family relationships or the rest of the relationships. So honor your purpose and what is on your heart, no matter what other people think. Quote just came to my mind. Earl Nightingale says, success is a progressive realization of a worthy ideal. Success is a progressive realization of a worthy ideal. If you are going after your goal, this is very important. You're going after your goal day after day. You are already a successful person. So I want you to develop this mindset for yourself that I am already successful. Success is not a destination, it is a journey. You don't need to wait till one day you feel successful. You have to feel successful right now. You have to feel successful right now and make decisions from the successful version of you. Love you guys. Have a beautiful day. Take care. Bye.